Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Record Collectors Club Conversations podcast, a brand new conversations podcast centered around the world of vinyl record collecting and music. Historically, the seeds were sown for the idea of the Record Collectors Club project in early 2018 after scrolling through Instagram one evening and catching a glimpse of another record collector's brightly coloured storage cubes. I contacted him about the idea of conducting an interview about his collection, and we started to converse a little. Then, unfortunately, life got in the way. But they say that good things can happen in the midst of chaos, and so when the UK and the rest of the world was plunged into lockdown in March 2020 due to the coronavirus pandemic, I picked up the Record Collectors Club idea again, and the rest was history. Now, Instagram is a fantastic platform for the vinyl community, and it showcases their interests in music, records, and culture. But I wanted to dig just deeper than the photographs. I wanted to know where people were buying records, why they were buying records, what made them start buying records in the first place, and when their collections were first born. The Record Collectors Club began as an online blog interviewing and documenting collections all over the world, but it quickly grew into a bigger idea than that, and it grew into a coffee table book, which was called World Records, Conversations with Record Collectors, Volume 1. And that was published in 2021, and it sold successfully all around the world. Following the success of the first book, I was getting questioned constantly on Instagram and online about a follow-up book. And when I had more time in 2023, I started on Volume 2, which was then completed and published in 2024. And once again, that sold fantastically well and shipped around the world in large numbers. So, how did this idea, and the idea of the books, then turn into a podcast? That's what you might be asking. Well, I wanted to take the conversations idea even further than what was written in those pages. I wanted to explore new avenues of conversation with music fanatics and not just record collectors. Record collectors will feature quite heavily in this podcast series, but also record shops will, bands will, artists will, music obsessives will, and other music-related people. Over the coming weeks and months, this podcast series will dig even deeper into record collections, people's music obsessions, and artists, bands, and careers all over the world. A special thank you to the band Nova Blood for providing the music for this podcast. I hope you all enjoy the coming weeks and months of this podcast and the content on it, and enjoy digging into episode 1, which is available now.